What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to the channel. Thanks for checking out the channel. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that like button, you hit the subscribe button, you hit the notify button, where we're always dropping new Toyota Tacoma content. All right, guys, so I'm just going to do a quick video for you guys here because it's probably something that you guys want to consider. So should you get a long bed or a short bed? You know, what kind of truck do you need, and does a short bed fit your needs, or do you need a long bed? So what I will say is I wasn't a huge fan of the long bed in the previous generation. So like the third generation, I'll show you guys my truck. I chose to go kind of just tell you a little story how I kind of got involved in Tacomas too while we're doing this. So here's a 5-foot bed in the third generation. This is a 2023 TRD Pro. If you guys have been watching the channel, you guys know this is my truck. So this is a 5-foot bed. So when I got my first Tacoma, you know, I wanted to get a Tacoma because we're doing off-road type stuff, not really off-road type stuff. Me and my wife were doing a lot of hiking, you know, going to the mountains and stuff a lot, and doing just all types of trails and hikes and going around mountains and whatnot. I wasn't trying to drive, you know, a muscle car around the mountains, so I needed a truck. So I decided, came across the Tacomas and fell in love with the Tacomas. And then I was like, okay, I want to do motorcycles. I want to, you know, possibly get dirt bikes and whatnot. So I was like, I'm going to get a long bed. So here's a long bed. Here's a long bed. So I'm going to get a 6-foot bed. But what I was trying to say in that whole story was, the reason why I haven't told you was, I didn't really like the way the long bed looked. Once I looked at it, and then, you know, I started, you know, doing more research and what I was going to be using my truck for. So like I mentioned earlier in the beginning of this video, that me and my wife, we did a lot of hikes and stuff. We're going around mountains and stuff like that. And I also wanted to get into, you know, light off-roading. So when I got on the forums and off-roading and stuff, one of the first things that people were talking about was like basically like a short bed. It's going to be easier for you to maneuver, you know, to get around, you know, if you have to turn around and 3-point turns and all that stuff. So it's just easier with a smaller truck to go down narrower trails and stuff, and if you have to turn around. So that's good with this. And then also too, if you have to park it. So maybe you have a garage, and maybe if you have a long truck like this, if you have a 6-foot bed, it won't fit in your garage. Well, my 5-foot bed fits in my garage. So what we'll do is we'll switch it up. So I called this truck Barcelona Red. This is actually the new color for the 2024 is Supersonic Red. So no longer Barcelona Red, is Supersonic Red. And we'll get a price for you guys on these new ones. So this is going to run you $47,000. So almost $47,600, and they're doing about a $2,000 discount. Not $2,000, I wish, excuse me. Scratch that. $250 discount. So don't come in here talking about they're doing $2,000 discounts. Actually try it and see what they say, because they should give you at least $2,000 off. So here's a long bed. And what I was trying to say is I think the long beds look better on this generation than they do in the third generation. So yeah, so if you need a long bed, maybe you're going to be doing like, you're going to be packing a lot of stuff in your truck, and maybe you want to do, you know, like you're going to be doing big 2x4s and stuff like that. And especially if you get one of these trucks without a back window. So some of these trucks, even an off-road, I know it's crazy because it was standard on any off-road or any sport on the third generation, you had a back window. So if you had a small bed, I guess what I've been seeing on the forums and everything is people put their plywood right through the back of that window. So let me show you one. So here's prime example. So here's what you would do. So like if you got a 5-foot bed, you could still, you know, you could send plywood all the way through up there, basically through to your front windshield. You know, I'm not a contractor or a construction guy, but I go to Lowe's every now and then, a Home Depot. So anyway, so the 5-foot bed, this is going to fit in your garage, right? This will be able to fit in your garage. And also, so another story. So my neighbor, he bought a 2023 Tacoma, and he bought a 6-foot bed. So I went over and, you know, started talking to him and stuff and was asking him about his truck. And he said he loves it. And he's like, he wishes he would have got a 5-foot bed. So, you know, because he said it's just hard to park, and it's just kind of hard driving around the city sometimes, basically, you know, going downtown or something like that. He said he has trouble parking it. He just has a hard time with it. You know, it's a little bit bigger than what he would like. So that was that. So yeah, so it could be harder for you to park, you know, but you are going to have more room for, like, you know, dirt bikes. You could put dirt bikes back there without getting a bed extender. Now in the third generation, they have things to make, you know, your bed longer. Obviously you can lower it, you can lower your tailgate, and then Toyota has a bed extender, so where it has something that comes basically outside the tailgate just a little bit, and it gives you more room, like a basket, so you can keep stuff kind of inside. Like if you had a dirt bike, the wheel could come out further out. So yeah, let's look at a price. And this is going to be a lot different because this is going to have the TRD upgraded package, which ran you like $4,600. And this truck retailed for $49,000. So almost, yeah, $49,500. So this one is $49,500 and it's not even fully loaded. But it's the 5-foot bed and it's the Sport. And this is the off-road. So that was $49,000 for the Sport. That's gonna have options. It's gonna have power seats and everything. So this one's gonna run you $47,000. And there's that new color, Supersonic Red. And we'll just take a look on the inside. So no power seat. You're gonna have carpet mats, which I do like, TRD Off-Road Tacoma. And you're gonna have the big screen. And with this one, you're gonna have heated seats, but you're not gonna have a heated steering wheel. But they got tons of colors now. They got tons of colors on the lot, so we'll go to this one. It's gonna have a power seat. You're gonna get your power seats, and again, you're gonna have carpet. But over here, you'll see the steering wheel heated up, and then you'll also see for the seats. So yeah, they don't have any fully loaded ones here. No fully loaded Tacomas on the lot. Just, you know, just the package below the fully loaded one. So yeah, so the 5-foot bed is nice, but I think the 6-foot bed looks good in this generation. I think it looks a lot better just because how proportionate it is. And you can always tell right here where the end of the fender flare ends and the back of the cab begins. You can tell it's like 1.5 feet there, where right here you get your fender flare here, and then the end of the cab is right there. So there's no gap there. Now these tailgates are super light and they all come with locking tailgates. But yeah, if it was me, I'm definitely like I don't use my truck bed a ton, but when I do, I put stuff back there and it's fine. I don't think I need a 6-foot bed. So here's a couple other 6-foot beds. So here's, you know, a 6-foot bed in solar octane. Show you what that looks like in the off-road. And then we got a 6-foot bed in the SR5. So you can see what the 6-foot bed looks like in the SR5. And this is underground. And they got a ton of these trucks here. They got about 13 of these trucks on the lot. Then I'll show you a SR5 in a 5-foot bed, 2-wheel drive. So definitely it's a lot more compact, you know, if you go with the 5-foot bed. And to me, even when I'm in my truck, it still feels like it's big. Even though it's only a 5-foot bed, it doesn't feel like you're in a small truck. So, and side note to that is, when I was in a 6-foot bed, I didn't feel like I was in a 6-foot bed. I felt like I was just driving felt like I was just driving my truck. I didn't feel like it was like I'm in a longer bed now. So it didn't really seem like that. So if you're planning on like doing a bunch of overlanding and you're going to be putting a bunch of gear in and stuff, and you're going to need a bunch of room, or maybe you're going to be doing, you know, some contracting or stuff like that. And we got a nice access cab here. I guess he's stopping. They got a nice access cab, but yeah, that's basically going to do it. So the 5-foot bed, and I'll show you guys, kind of look at the 5-foot bed of the 3rd gen compared to a 5-foot bed on the new gen. Not sure if we started here. We've done so many videos today. But yeah, 5-foot bed in the SR5 in black. So they got all the colors, just about. We need windshield pearl. I still haven't seen that oxidized one, whatever it is. Bronze oxidized or something, the bronze color. So the bronze color will be on the off-roads as well, and the Sport. So 5-foot beds, guys, or 6-foot bed, that is the question. So the cab size is gonna stay the same. The only thing that changes is the bed size. So that's gonna do it, guys. And we got an access cab right here. So the access cabs all come with 6-foot beds. So you get the 2 doors with a 6-foot bed. So, and we'll finish up with the Sport over here, which is a 5-foot bed in Blue Crush. Show you this one more time in Blue Crush. Blue Crush really looks good on, you know, on camera. It looks good in person too, because you can see the flakes. It does go from blue to purple. You guys have not been feeling this. Out of all the trucks, you guys hate this color the most on the channel. And there's that 6-foot bed. But that's gonna do it, guys. Have a good day and God bless. Have a happy Easter and have a happy Good Friday. We out. Peace.